Hey everybody, welcome back to Universe Jarvis. It is Friday the 13th actually, so there's that. But, hey, on the flip side, it's the weekend, so I guess that counts for something. So, I wanted to have a little quick video with you guys. There's actually something that was released today that I was able to get my hands on. I kind of was fretting and just like upset because I wasn't able to pre-order it because the pre-order came up really quick. And I had been tracking it for a while, but it never really showed up, so I didn't end up ordering it or being able to pre-order it. So my mission for today was to get my hands on it, and I was fortunate enough to be able to get one. And these things are actually way popular, more popular than I thought they would have been. But hey, it just goes to show you, people are probably into retro stuff. So any of you that are gamers or nerdy techie people like me, you probably know, if you're a Nintendo fan like I am, that this is the 35th anniversary of Mario. So because of that, Nintendo has done a couple different things, like Super Mario, the 3D All-Stars little disc came out with the three 3D games. Most notably, probably my favorite is Super Mario, the one where he's in space. But anyhow, so sort of related to that. So that was released probably, I think, the beginning of maybe October or sometime in that time frame. And then they had something that was coming out November the 13th, which is today, of course, and it was Game & Watch. So it's a Super Mario version or edition of this thing. And any of you that knows kind of the old games, or if you played Smash Brothers, the first one, there's a little robot or whatever, and there's actually, I think, a level from Game & Watch is one of the levels that you can fight in. So, was really excited that this was coming out, and apparently a lot of people were too, because like I said, this thing has been really hard to get. You couldn't pre-order it. I actually was stalking Target like a crazy person, after midnight, as I would wake up in the middle of the night and wasn't available yet. I actually went to the Target store and they were like, hey, we're not going to get any until Sunday. And I'm like, but it's released today and they're just in transit, whatever. So as I'm walking out, I saw that Best Buy had them in stock when I did a Google search. And so I was able to go on the Best Buy app, order it for in-store pickup. It was about an hour or two before they opened, and I actually pulled it really quickly. Funny enough, when I got there, the guy went to go pull it, and there were a lot of these that people had already pre-ordered and paid for. So apparently this is a really popular item. It's flying off the shelves like hotcakes. So there it is. It's actually in this little tiny box. I expect the box to be a little bit bigger, but it's essentially a little handheld, and you've got Super Mario Brothers on it, Super Mario Brothers, the Lost Levels. There's a kind of Game & Watch ball game, and it also can function as a clock. So it's just a little tiny handheld device. So it'll kind of function as I guess you can stick it in your pocket, take it with you to play if you get bored, that sort of thing. So it's the classic Mario games, and if you've got the Switch online, you have access to these games anyway. I just think this is pretty cool that it's in this little form factor. So I'm really excited about it because I have been like waiting on this thing. It's been like Christmas for me. So the packaging is kind of cool, and they actually kind of did a layover on this to make it look like you're playing. So when you pull the sleeve off, you get something different there on the box, and that's the ball game. So kind of excited about this. So let's go ahead and delve into it and see what it looks like. And I'll have to come back and do a review later on after I play it a little bit. And I'm such a stickler about opening packagings, and my hands are a little greasy from lotion. There we go. Perfect. So, small box, small form factor. So the first thing I'm pulling out of the box here, it looks like it's a charging cable. So they did do USB-C on it, which makes total sense because the Switch is USB-C. And nobody really uses micro for anything anymore, so that makes a lot of sense. Pull it open here. I guess it just slides out. Don't want it to fall. So it's kind of packed in there. So, and here's it. It's in a little plastic, and I love the colors. This dark red with the gold accents. That's pretty freaking sweet. I don't know if it's got any charge on it, so let's find out if it actually does. But there's the up close of it. It's, like I said, it kind of gives me a throwback to my childhood, like a little small little handheld thing. So that's what it reminds me of a lot. I'm guessing that that's probably a speaker, if I'm not mistaken. And then you've got the USB-C port there, and then it's got some of this, the classic button. It reminds me a lot of a classic NES controller, to be 100% honest with you. So let's turn it on. I'm curious if it's going to actually boot up. So there it is, loading. Got a little Mario situation going on there from one of the games. And it's actually asking me to set the time. So let's see, I guess A, maybe? Not sure. Set, maybe? I'm so tempted to actually touch the screen because I'm so used to... Oh! If I read instructions, it's telling me to press the time button. So is that... Oh, this is pretty cool. Actually, it needs to be set. Oh, okay, cool. So we're gonna set the time, and it is currently 6:09. I'll show you guys this in a second. This is actually pretty freaking cool. I really like this. It's got animations that go along with the clock, so that'll be fairly entertaining. They kind of have it sitting on a desk and looking at it click-clock around. The screen's extremely tiny, but that makes sense too. That's pretty sweet. So I set it to 6:09 p.m. since I'm Eastern time, and it actually changed the background so there's animations going on. That's pretty sweet. I'm trying to decide. It's got this little thing ticking around it, around the edge. I get. Oh, you know what? That's probably the seconds. I don't know if you guys can make out that little small box. You can see it kind of moving there on the screen. I guess that's the second. So that's the second timer, and at least that's my assumption. And then you press the game button here. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me a lot of my accounting calculator. That's exactly what this thing reminds me of when I had to take accounting. But there's the list of games right there. It might be a little bit out of focus. You've got Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, and then the ball game down at the bottom. So you can actually toggle back and forth. That's pretty cool. And then it's got volume. You can change the contrast by hitting that button there at the bottom. So, I mean, it's a pretty simple layout, but I actually think it's kind of cool. I mean, it's a nice throwback and homage, and this is actually pretty awesome. Like the time just changed, so he went up and he did his normal jump thing to change the time. So that's pretty sweet. I mean, if nothing else, the clock is freaking awesome. So that's all I really got with this guy. I'm gonna play around with it some, and I'll let you guys know what I think about it. But I really like it. Although that sound will drive me crazy, so that would probably have to be turned off. So I'm just gonna turn it off. Turns off really easily. I'm going to get charged all the way up, and I'm excited to play around with that. But that's really all I got for right now. I actually got something else today, but it's just Mulan on Blu-ray, because that's one of my all-time favorite Disney movies. But that's really all I got for right now. We'll see where the weekend goes, if I'm doing anything fun or exciting. I actually think I may go ahead and put my Christmas tree up, because apparently a lot of people are doing that. So I may go ahead and jump on the bandwagon and get that done. Anyhow, before you leave this video, do not forget to subscribe below and feel free to comment. I love having conversations with you guys. You guys are great. I appreciate all the support, the feedback. It is awesome. You guys are awesome, and I thank you so much for tuning in. Until the next time that I have something to show you guys, Universe Jarvis out.